everyone. In our previous video, we learned about the transmission line parameters, and here we will see the performance of transmission line. Performance means when the load is connected at the receiving end or at the load side, how the transmission line behave, how much load we can put on in the circuit, and what is the voltage regulation and efficiency of the transmission line means the performance of the transmission line. So let us see the performance of transmission line in these coming slides. Let us see the contents of this video and slide. Introduction, then AC transmission, the categories of AC transmission lines: short, medium and long transmission line. The category of transmission line are based on the length of the transmission line and the voltage level of it. There is a DC transmission also, but in our syllabus we don't have DC transmission topic, so we are skipping that. In our previous slides and videos, we see the transmission line parameters. Resistance, inductances and capacitances are present in the transmission line. How the transmission line is mathematically modeled and how the resistors, inductors and capacitors are connected, we will see this in this slide. Always resistor and inductor are connected in series, and the capacitor is present between the line terminal and the neutral terminal. So the mathematical model of transmission line and the circuit model of transmission line is represented as this. Vs is the sending end voltage and Vr is the receiving end voltage, that means the load side voltage. Vs is the generator side voltage. Z is equal to R plus J omega L, which is the impedance, and Y is the admittance, G plus J omega C. G is the conductance and omega C is the capacitive reactance, and omega L is the inductive reactance. So there are major three types of overhead transmission line. Short transmission line, the name itself suggests that the short transmission line is short in length. That means we are categorizing the transmission lines as per the length of the transmission line also, and also the voltage which is transmitting. So the length of short transmission line is 80 kilometer, and the voltage of short transmission line is 20 kilovolt. Now next, medium transmission line. Medium transmission line is 80 kilometer in length and generally 80 to 250 kilometer line, and generally the voltage of the transmission line is 20 kilovolt to 100 kilovolt. Now the long transmission line. Transmission line is beyond 250 kilometer line and the voltage of transmission line is above 100 kilovolt. So as per the length and voltage of the transmission line, the line is categorized into three: short, medium and long. Voltage regulation and efficiency, we will see how it is defined. Now when the load is connected at the receiving end, the voltage of receiving end gradually decreases from no load to full load. So the difference between this receiving end voltage and sending end voltage with respect to receiving end voltage at no load is defined as a voltage regulation. It is in percentage. So we define the terms as Vs as the sending end voltage, Vr as the receiving end voltage, Z is R plus Jx, and Y is the line admittance. Voltage drop is equal to receiving end voltage at no load minus receiving end voltage at full load. So it is defined as percentage voltage regulation is equal to Vs minus Vr, right? It is the difference between these two, and divided by Vr. The whole thing is multiplied by the 100, which gives us a voltage regulation in percentage. So the basic definition of voltage regulation is the drop in receiving end voltage from no load to full load expressed as the percentage of receiving end voltage. The efficiency is also expressed in percentage. Transmission efficiency is a parameter which says how much percent of input power at sending end is delivered to the receiving end. Let us suppose that sending end power is PS in megawatt and receiving end power is PR in megawatts. So the efficiency of transmission line will be expressed as power delivered at receiving end divided by power sent from sending end into 100. Again, if it is multiplied by 100, then it is in percentage. The power sent from sending end minus losses gives us power delivered at receiving end. Once again, we can define the percentage efficiency is equal to output power upon input power, which is the very basic definition of the efficiency, into 100 if it is in percentage. It is equal to input power minus losses divided by input power into 1000. Now what is mean by losses? Losses means only we are thinking about the resistive losses. Resistive losses, that is because of the resistance of the transmission line, and resistance is because of the material we are using. So output can be expressed as input power minus losses, and hence the efficiency is expressed as input power minus losses upon input power multiplied by 100. So now we will see the short transmission line. Short transmission line is short in length and it is carrying very less voltage. That's why capacitance can be neglected. Hence, mathematical implementation of model of the short transmission line is this: shunt admittance branches are removed. These charging currents, the capacitance means capacitance is present in the circuit and the charging current is flowing through the capacitor. But for short transmission line, as it is short in length and less voltage is carrying, the charging current is neglected, and hence we are neglecting the shunt admittance branch, and the line is only represented by the input source, resistance, inductive reactance, and the load it is connected. VR is the receiving end voltage, IR is the current at the receiving end, IS is the sending end current, and Vs is the sending end voltage. If the load is connected, we know that how much load is connected. That's why we can say that VR and IR are the known quantities. Because VR, we know how much voltage is available at the receiving end when we put on the load in the circuit, and then IR, how much current it is drawing from the circuit. That's why IR is also a known quantity. And from these known quantities, we can apply the Ohm's law with the Kirchhoff's law, and we can say that VR is equal to Vs minus Is into R plus Jx. Indirectly we can say that if the voltage are shuffled, then Vs can be expressed as Vr plus IR into the bracket R plus Jx. This is just a Kirchhoff's law, Kirchhoff's voltage law. So we'll see what is the phasor diagram of the short transmission line. With these two concepts, with these two relations, we can find out the phasor diagram. Phasor diagram means how the voltages and currents are lagging or in phase with each other, how much voltage is available, how much current is available, what is that angle between the voltage and current, we will see now. Always horizontal line represents the reference line and it is shown as a reference vector. 0 is the origin. Now as we know, VR is the known quantity and IR is the receiving end current. We are taking IR vector as a reference vector. So IR is shown horizontal. That means it is a reference vector. Now if the lagging load is connected, that means IR is lagging VR. If IR is already shown, I must draw VR leading to the IR, because in lagging load VR leads IR. Alternatively, we can say IR lags VR. So that's why my VR is shown leading to IR, correct? So the angle between IR and VR is known as phi R, which is known as receiving end power factor angle. Now we want to show this vector IR into R. So this vector IR into R is shown parallel to IR. The IR into R vector is parallel to IR, and that's why we are showing this vector here. Now we want to show IR into X. This vector is a reactive drop and it is perpendicular to IR into R vector. So here it is shown perpendicular to that. You can say that this vector is perpendicular to this vector, and we can say that the angle between these two vectors is exactly 90 degrees. IR into R plus J IR into XL X is I into Z. R plus Jx is Z. So this is I into Z vector. This vector is R into Z vector. And now we have drawn all the three vectors, right? VR, then IR into R, IR into Jx, which is our Vs, Ultimately we found out the vector Vs. So this is our Vs vector. So we are starting from receiving end voltage and current, and gradually we add the vectors one by one with the help of logics and with the help of formula, and we are finding the position of Vs vector. So also we know that Is is equal to IR, because whatever current is flowing in the sending end is appearing at the receiving end, and that's why the angle between Vs and IR, which is equal to IS, is our phi. Let us now see the short numerical on short transmission line. The problem given is a 220 kV 50 Hz 3-phase transmission line is 50 km in length. The resistance per phase is 0.15 ohms per kilometer. Inductance per phase is 1.33 millihenry per kilometer, and the shunt capacitance is neglected. Use short line model to determine the voltage and power at the sending end, voltage regulation and efficiency when the line is supplying a 3-phase load of 400 MVA to 20 kV at pointed power factor lagging. This is the representation of short transmission line, and we'll proceed towards the solution. Now the given quantities are receiving end voltage VR is equal to 220 into 10 cube divided by root 3. The voltage given 220 kV is a line-to-line voltage. It is a 3-phase system, so line-to-line voltage is converted into phase voltage. So 220 line-to-line voltage divided by root 3 gives us a phase voltage. So it is come out to be 1270174 volts per phase. Now the impedance is calculated as R plus jx. So it is 0.15 plus j314 2 pi f into 1.33 into 10 to the power minus 3, because millihenry is converted into henries now. Both resistance and reactance were given per kilometer, so here it is total impedance is calculated, hence multiplied by 50, which is the length of the transmission line, and it come out to be 7.5 plus j 20.881, which is in rectangular form, and it is converted into polar form, 22.187 angle 70.24 degree in ohms. Now the receiving end power factor is given as cos of phi r, which is equal to pointed lagging. It is given. Load current IR is also now calculated. 400 MVA, 400 into 10 cube divided by root 3 into 220. So both the quantities, it is in kVA now and 220 is in kilowatt. So it gives us 1049.73 and angle minus 36.86 degrees in amperes. So this is a polar form which is converted into rectangular form. That is, as it is a complex quantity, polar to rectangular and rectangular to polar are used. The sending end voltage is equal to VR plus IZ. Putting the values of these three into this equation, we get the simplified as. Now see here, VR is now noted. The angle is not taken, and sending in IR, and it is into Z. So these are in polar. Only polar terms are multiplied, and it is simplified as this. 127017 is taken as a reference vector here. Hence 127017 plus J0. Total 147,026.8 into angle 5 degree, which is the sending